Hello, my name is Kyle, and today we will talk about being motivated to love. Let's start this with talking about the person you love the most and why that is so. For me, that is my wife. I love her because she is my best friend. I love hanging out with her, and she is my safe place. How about you? Who do you love the most and why? Great! As we think about the people we love, we can easily think about the reasons why we love them. But it is interesting to note that God doesn't just tell us to love those who love us. In Luke 6:32-34, he says, "But if you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners do the same. And if you lend to those from whom you hope to receive back, what credit is that to you? For even sinners lend to sinners to receive as much back." He then says what he wanted us to do. In verse 35, Jesus said, "But love your enemies, do good, and lend, hoping for nothing in return, and your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High, for he is kind to the unthankful and evil." I don't know with you, but the first time I heard this, I felt uncomfortable. Jesus is actually telling us to love everybody, including those we don't like. Yep, you heard it right. You heard it from Jesus himself. Now, the question is, what is your biggest people pet peeve? Although people may irritate or worse, offend us, it is important to note that our motivation to love them is not because they are lovable. Let our motivation be 1 John 4:19. We love because He first loved us. Keeping in remembrance that the reason why God loved us in the first place was not because we deserved or earned it. The perfect God looked past our imperfections. He did not wait for us to figure out things for ourselves, knowing that we never will. He initiated because He loved us from where we're at. Romans 5, verse 10 says, "For if while we were God's enemies, we were reconciled to Him through the death of His Son, how much more, having been reconciled, shall we be saved through His life?" He didn't just save us from sin, He gave us a better life. Why? Because He loves us. And this is our biggest motivation why we love. Now, what's the best experience you had with God's love? Remembering how God loved us, even though we didn't deserve it, keeps our feet on the ground. Our testimony keeps us grounded. It keeps us humble. This to say, the most empowering motivation to love is that Jesus loved us first. Thank you for joining me this week, and see you around.